Master of 7. And this is Keeping It Real. It's another glorious Tuesday evening. So you know what that means? We're here to keep it all the way real. There's more wahala, more dilemmas, more issues for you and I to dissect. And today is going to be no different. My name is Helen Apia Ampofo, and I have my trusty co-pilots. Pilot number one, Miss Judy. Happy Tuesday.
Hey, happy Tuesday to you too.
Why are you dressed like you have a date with Obama later on? What's going on? You're dressed to the nines.
I was thinking
What's
you take
up?
me out. And
Hey, lost. Let me say hello to my next co-pilot. Keep dreaming, Miss Judy. Whilst you're there, just keep dreaming.
You just killed the film like
I'm
that.
so sorry, but you look too sweet to be banking your hopes on me. Now, I can't film.
So maybe he would.
Oh, okay. And by
sure,
he.
baby.
Hey, Jacob, let me introduce you before you start making your moves on the co-pilot. Well, the other co-pilot for this evening, Jacob Kuma, is our guest. He's a real estate agent, and he's going to be joining us to dissect the issues this evening. Jacob, how are you? How's your Tuesday going?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. Being my first time off here, let me say good evening to all the 3FM workers here.
Yeah.
Most especially my best friend Giovanni, Locale.
Ah, that's your best friend.
That's my best friend.
And it gets well soon. Giovanni is your best friend. Jacob, and it gets well soon. In any case, like I said, it's another glorious Tuesday evening. We're here to keep it all the way real. And we've had a string of dilemmas land on our desk, hot on our desk. And you guys want us to help you navigate some of your tricky and sticky romantic adventures. So, Miss Judy, without further ado, will you please get us into this week's dilemma and how we can help this concerned person?
Okay. So, hello, ladies. I find myself in a fix. I had a crush on a guy called Adam. Little did I know he was my boyfriend's friend. I found out when my boyfriend Albert introduced me to Adam at a party 2 years ago. Since our introduction, we have become very close. I mean, Adam and I. He has been a reliable shoulder to cry on anytime I have issues. He is supportive and has a listening ear. In fact, we connect on all levels. Albert has not been giving me the attention I desire, and has affected our relationship. In fact, as I write this letter to you ladies, we are both planning to go our separate ways. Adam has, however, been showing interest in me, and I'm constrained taking a risk with him. Will they be too sudden? Will you advise me to pursue him or quit? AC Krenzel.
For a dilemma, if you ask me, but interesting. Before we even get into the meat of the matter, Jacob, Miss Judy, have you ever found yourself attracted to one of your partner's friends? So, you know, maybe you're seeing somebody dating somebody, you've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you get to meet their friends or their friendship group, and there's one bit that catches your eye. Hey, Miss Judy! It's happened to you before.
Oh, simple crush, like fine guy that you've seen, you know.
And this was your partner's friend, your boyfriend's friend.
Boyfriend's friend.
But why the emphasis on boyfriend?
And your husband, boyfriend.
You want to clarify. Thank you for
clarify.
Okay, at the time, this person was your boyfriend, and set the scene. This is a friend of his. Like, when did you meet him?
So we went for a party, and the guy was, you know, all dressed up, looking very hot.
Looking hotter than your guy.
Very, like,
ow.
And he had this charming look. He knew how to dance, like, so he was carrying this wine, flirting all over. It was good to watch. So basically, it was just a day crash. It didn't go into anything.
Please, I have a song request, and DJ Phil is in the studio. Some girls are dangerous, please. I need to play that song at some point. Some girls are dangerous. So I mean, it was a simple crush.
It was a simple crush.
How soon did that crush end?
I didn't see him again.
Okay.
I heard from him.
You heard from him?
Yes.
How? Please?
Somehow I think we connected.
How? Hey! No. At the time you took your number, you were still very much with your boyfriend.
So nothing happened. It didn't go nothing happened. Sister, why? Nothing. So I think he checked me on Facebook, something, sent hi, we had a small chat. That was it.
What were the details of this chat? I'm very curious. Guys, I'm setting the foundation for this. Annie.
He said I was looking good. I also said same.
Hey! Miss Judy, you had a boyfriend at the time. And you were able to tell him that, you were flirting.
I was just giving a compliment.
You were flirting.
He complimented. I gave it back.
Right now, Miss Judy, you are at the Keeping It Real court. You're in my courtroom now. You were flirting with this individual and you had a boyfriend.
That's why I keep, I'm emphasizing on boyfriend. You never know if he was going to be my soulmate. So, yeah, boyfriend.
Explain, Taya. No evidence. Not a shred of evidence.
I give up.
Daddy Lumba, talk to her. No, makuma downsem. Oh, Miss Judy, I dang now, yeah, Miss her. I dang. Anyway, so that was your experience of being with somebody who had a hot friend that you found attractive. I'm trying to rack my brain if that's happened to me before.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yes, I know.
But for me personally, I would not have expanded the scope of the relationship beyond just thinking about it in my head. It would have stayed locked in my brain.
It was just a compliment.
It was flirting. Being honest, thank you for keeping it real. So at least we know that 2 out of 3, or is it 3 out of 3? Jacob, have you ever met a friend of a past girlfriend, or are you married?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so a past girlfriend or current girlfriend, maybe you met some of her friends and you thought, ooh la la, I met the wrong friend. Has that happened to you before?
It was my lady rather who met someone, she was interested in.
A friend of yours?
Yeah, a friend of mine.
Wait, you were dating Miss Judy? Okay, I can confirm that this one day. So it's not Jacob that was. Okay. You guys are not exes.
No.
Okay.
We are yet to go on our first date.
Okay, I mean you're both dressed for the occasion. So why not? So it was actually a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Sorry, your girlfriend that went after a friend of yours.
Yeah, a friend of mine.
So what happened? So how did they get to know each other?
I was just surprised because.
Did you know they knew each other? Were you the reason why they got to know each other?
Yes.
Okay, so you were the common denominator.
It was in the secondary school.
Oh.
We don't use mobile phones.
Mm-hmm.
So this friend of mine happened to be having this, what do you call, Nokia open top or whatever. You call that small phone.
Uh-huh.
So most of the times, that's what I used to call the girl. The girl is a day student.
Some guys are dangerous, Sam. Some guys are dangerous. Oh, so this same phone that you've been using to call this girl, and not picky move, no?
Picky move, no, fast grab.
Fast. So he started calling her.
And it became so serious.
The pain is still there with you, Jacob.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I didn't marry or something now. I didn't
That was
marry.
not married.
They didn't get married. So you found out that they were doing this behind your back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What did it feel like at the time? Because as a teenager, when your hormones are surging, that kind of betrayal at that time is so painful.
Yeah, it was so painful, but then what do you have to do?
Did you confront either of them? Or you let it slide? Who did you question? Did you question your girlfriend?
It was a girl I questioned.
What did she have to say for herself?
Yeah, it was just some stories.
She explained tired.
Really, yeah,
she explained tired. Well, we're going to be asking that on our socials as well. So please head over, check us out at 3FM927, all one word on X. The hashtag is keeping it real. I'm very curious as well if you've ever been attracted to the friend of your partner, your boyfriend or your girlfriend's friend. Let's say, like in Miss Judy's case, you go to a party, you're introduced to a group of friends. There's one who maybe piques your interest. If, like Miss Judy, you are swayed by good looks and good moves, maybe you see them carrying a glass of wine, they're sauntering over the party, they're making eye contact, they're just right up your street. This one, they're your like vibe or your experience. No, I'm just painting a vivid picture for us all. So now that we know that these things do happen and that, you can find the love of your life through your boyfriend or your girlfriend, we've set the premise. So our dilemma of the week is quite simple. AC wants to know what to do. At least in her case, unlike Miss Judy, she waited until she's willing to wait until the relationship is over before she starts the flirting. Or she started flirting already. Well, she says her boyfriend, whom she's going to be parting ways from very shortly, Albert, hasn't been giving her the attention that she desires, and it has affected their relationship. In fact, she says, as she types this letter, they're both planning to go their separate ways. So at least on that front, it's not working out with Albert. So AC says they'll be going their separate ways. However, she's met somebody through Albert, her now soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. This person is called Edem. Edem is fulfilling a lot of her desires and her needs. Clearly things that her ex-boyfriend or soon-to-be ex-boyfriend could not do for her. How soon is too soon to move on with a friend of an ex? Miss Judy, how soon is too... What is the statute of limitations? Does it matter? You have to wait for a year, for example, or it's all play all?
I think you know my answer already.
Wow.
What are you waiting for?
No.
Listen,
no way.
Wait.
No way.
Just imagine that that's actually your soulmate. And you are going to wait for what exactly?
At least wait for
sometimes God uses people as point of contact.
The God I mean.
Point of contact to meet the right person. People come into your life for reasons. So
Miss Judy. Miss Judy, imagine, put yourself in somebody's shoes. So let's say I introduce my boyfriend to a group of girlfriends of mine. I have a big group of friends, and maybe we all go out to a beach party or something, and I introduce my boyfriend and I say, Konimo, these are my friends, and then he makes eye contact with one of them and they decide that this is my destiny. I would expect them to give me some time to allow for things not to be so fresh. At least give it 6 months. Give it 8 months, 9 months, and let some of that pain subside before you swoop in.
No man. And in this life, do what makes you happy, as people would say. And if he is the one supposed to make you happy, what are you waiting for? The only challenge that I have with her story is she started making Edem the shoulder to cry on. So she had one foot out of the relationship,
right? Which
makes it easy for you not to actually want to make the other relationship work.
Okay.
So somehow, because you already know that you have someone that you can always run to, you are not willing to really work on your relationship. That's the only challenge that I have with whatever she's doing.
Okay.
Aside that, pursue him. If he showed interest and you know that he's your soulmate, he's your comforter, he's your everything.
I mean, how is she going to know that? They've only really started
she
dealing.
She actually stated that it's a risk. Relationships are full of risks. So what are you waiting for? If the risk is going to happen in future.
So what about Albert? I mean, are you factoring Albert's feelings in all of this?
Last, he'll be fine.
Wow.
Even if you wait for a year, he'll be fine.
Wow. DJ Phil, I agree. DJ Phil says, Miss Judy, we are wicked.
Listen.
Wow.
In other relationships.
You say people die and the next day life goes on.
Yeah, so really, when it's a woman's, it comes to the women, the men are always like saying we are wicked. But when they do it, they have desires and everything that comes with it that they can't wait. But we women, we can wait. What is good for the goose?
It's good for the
gander. Shout out to Belinda Lumore. You're listening to us. In fact, we're streaming on X as well. So do check us out at 3FM927, all one word. Belinda says, it depends. Belinda, what does it depend on? Please come back to us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Engage with us on the socials. I'm reading all of your comments this evening. Miss Judy says that AC, who sent in her dilemma, should forget about her boyfriend Albert. All their years together, all the feelings, how he's going to feel. She doesn't care about that. Hey, Jacob, let me come to you because I will come back to Miss Judy. What are your thoughts? So you've heard the dilemma from AC. Yeah. She was with somebody called Albert. It wasn't working out, and they'll be going their separate ways. But the tricky situation is the person she wants to now move on with is a friend to her ex. And in fact, she met this person through her ex. And I guess at the time that things were not going well with Albert, Adam, who's this friend, was a shoulder to cry on. They spent time together. And it seems as though she thinks there's something really there for her to explore. Do you think that she should give it some time? In fact, should she inform Albert, the soon-to-be ex, of her decision? Do both parties need to go and inform Albert? Do they need his blessing? Does Adam need to go and say something to him? What is the politics behind moving on with the friend of your ex-partner?
Okay, well, this, I don't know if it's going to be a hidden relationship because is it Albert happened to be the
now he's soon to be incoming ex or outgoing.
Ex.
He's the outgoing
so
president.
Adam is the what do you call it?
Adam is the incoming president.
I don't know how close they are. Like the friends. I don't know how close they are.
So in fact, we have to set out the rules. Closeness also comes to bear, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's say that we don't know how close they are. And I think AC could have furnished us with that information. But at least they're friends enough for her to be worried about it. Clearly, there's a level of friendship there. They're buddies. They're friends.
If there is a bit distance, like, they don't all live in the same country. Mm-hmm. To me, currently I'm facing the same problem.
Which?
I speak to you.
Which one? Hey, break it. Oh,
now I'm interested.
You should have let us know that you are the one with the dilemma. We would have packed AC's dilemma and attended to you. Jacob, let us solve your problems here and now. Oh, how on the same? Break it down. What's going on?
It will be discussed next week. Don't worry about it. When we go backstage, I will discuss that with you.
Okay, but you say you are currently facing something similar.
Yeah, something similar like that. So
there's a showdown going on in your life. So okay, closeness you say is something
like
to consider.
What my sister just said.
Mm-hmm. Miss Judy, don't forget that name. We're wicked, Miss Judy. Miss Judy.
Yeah.
Wicked Judy. Yes. Wicked. Thank you.
The fact of the matter here is, in relationship currently, as we speak now, where you find what you call happiness.
Thank you. I'm clapping.
Are you listening to me?
We are listening.
Yeah, where you find happiness is where you just have to put your shoulders on. Because when you continue to be in that relationship, you don't feel.
Yeah.
You don't have the interest in it again. Then you see, they're so like they are trying to solve things out and it's not solving. I bet you, in the future, it's going to be worse.
Jacob, but it sounds as though you are the friend in the situation that you are describing. Snatcher. You are the snatcher.
I'm the snatcher. Okay.
Are you the snatcher? Jacob, confess. Are you the snatcher?
No. So are you?
Are you the snatcher? I think Jacob is the snatcher. We're going on a quick break. You decide whether you want to keep it real with us. When we come back, you confess whether or not you are the snatcher. Time check, it is some 32 minutes past the hour of 7. This is Keeping It Real. Some revelations are coming out this evening. Don't go anywhere. Things get even juicier when we return. That piece of human. Keeping it real right here on 3FM 92.7. We've got a poll running on X, so do check us out. We are at 3FM 927, all one word. Do engage with us. All of your thoughts, comments, opinions, even your questions, they're very much welcome. We're asking on that poll, are you attracted to any of your partner's friends?
92.7.
And already, 70% of you say a big fat no. Although 21% of you're saying yes, 9% saying maybe. I don't know what that means, but do keep voting on that poll. We want to find out if you can be swayed by any of your partner's very good-looking friends. Maybe they're not even very good-looking, they're just your spec. Are you the snatcher or are you the snatchee? Before we went on that break, Jacob was about to confess to us. He says he's in a similar predicament, but he didn't say what side of the fence he's on. He looks like somebody who can swoop in and do some snatching. Jacob, we're back from the break. So let us know, are you the snatcher or the snatchee? Are you the one doing the snatching? You are the friend. I can tell.
Is it from my conversation? Wow.
Yes, when you said you're in the same predicament, I almost thought maybe you were on the side of Albert. But the same level of wickedness that I'm seeing from Miss Judy, I think you are replicating it in your answers. Miss Judy is here. She says that, listen, once you find your soulmate, nothing should stand in the way.
The topic is saying keeping it real, right?
Keep it real with us.
Yeah. So we must keep it real. There is nothing you can do about this. The moment the heart falls for someone, where your door semo, let me put it in chi. Where your door same.
So the feelings of the other person don't matter.
Oh, it might be something of the past.
Hey.
You get a point.
We've broken up.
When you fall into, someone else's, what do you call, love, it might be something the person showed up that your ex couldn't do. You get my point here. So in that situation,
Wow.
I bet you.
I'm going to plug our phone lines and feel free to slide tackle our conversation at any point because I need as much reinforcement as possible. I think I'm on the other side of the fence when it comes to this because I feel as though there's some level of empathy that you have to have for your ex.
Hey.
Because imagine that there is, so let's paint a picture.
Empathy without love?
Yes. I mean, you have empathy for all manner of people around. You don't love them, but you feel for them. You don't want them
So let me share
to
a
be
story.
hurt.
So
Please do.
In
Please do.
university, my roommate was dating this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically married. We were doing everything together. They can sack me from the room for weeks. I had to
Hey.
find somewhere to actually sleep. So
Lovers
these-
rock.
Oh, it was serious. These are people that we all thought would get married.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lady she's called AC, 2 rooms ahead of us.
Sure.
We all used to gossip about my roommate, how she sacks me from the room, blah, blah, blah. To cut this long story short, that one snatched this guy and they are married.
2 rooms ahead.
Happily married. Like, it's not like they're even, like, if you see them,
You can tell they're in love.
oh, snatching is not a crime. Oh.
Wow.
If he's your soulmate,
He's
and
your
you-
soulmate.
Good.
He's your
That's the
soulmate.
word he used, the right word.
It's
he
all
used.
about being happy.
I don't disagree that if you find somebody that there's a bond with, you should pursue it. I'm
I
just
should wait.
saying that, yes, because they're a friend of your ex, and especially because you met them through your ex, I think maybe giving it a bit of time. Let's say you broke up in February. I don't expect that, by April, you're already, taking pictures on the gram and you're putting it in everybody's faces. Because, especially depending on how the breakup went, let's say you are the one to end things with your partner. They're heartbroken over you, heartbroken over the demise of your relationship. And in a month or two, they learn or they see that you've already moved on and
We'll keep
you're
it on the
putting
low for a while.
Okay, so then let's talk about the rules of engagement. If you do decide that you can't move, you can't go any further, is that what you would do? You would keep it under wraps, keep it to yourself, kind of like sneaking around. For how long would
We
you
will
do
not
that
sneak
for?
around, but we will not put it in your face.
Would you tell your ex? Would you tell them, listen, out of respect, you might hear something, maybe you might see something. I want to let you know that I'm moving forward with your friend in terms of relationship? I met them through you, yes, couldn't help the feelings, and now we're together. Would you say something, or once you've broken up, they should mind their own business?
If you ask, I'll share. If you don't ask,
If you don't, you won't go ahead and tell
No.
them. What about the friend? Do you think the friend should go and say, "Listen, we've been friends. Maybe they're new friends, maybe they're old friends. But let's say we've been friends for a couple of years. You know, we're in the same friendship group. You know, maybe we do business together. But I've fallen in love with your ex-girlfriend." Do you think the friend should say something to their friend to say, "You've broken up with this person fresh, but you know, I would like to date them"? Do they don't need permission? We're all adults for sure. But is it courtesy? Is it common? Is it just a matter of courtesy to let them know that, well, this is how I feel, this is what's going on? Do they owe this person any explanation, or at least something? Do they need to say anything?
I think bro code, like you should at least tell him that.
Bro code will indicate that you can't even go there in the first place.
That one they do it all the time.
Jacob, am I wrong or am I right that bro
That-
code will dictate that if you see your friend's woman, you are really not supposed to be Hey, DJ Phil.
This
DJ Phil doesn't agree with
very
me.
hard. It's very
Some
hard.
weeks ago, one guy came here and said that they are able to, once the girl is, good enough, and
They'll ignore bro code.
yeah, he said his friend would pass, like, they know that the girl is good, but they are just not vibing. But he feels like, okay, this my friend can take care of the girl.
So he will allow
Doesn't have a
that.
problem with
really?
it.
Jacob, what are your thoughts on that? Let's talk about who should say what. First of all, should you inform your ex-girlfriend, for example, in your case, that you like her friend and you want to get to know her friend better? Do you think that friend who you met through your ex should also go to your ex-girlfriend and say, I want to get to know Jacob? Who should bear that responsibility, if anybody should at all?
I think it's not necessary to even, tell your ex. what is
So,
going
okay. So, Jacob, they introduced you guys maybe some 2 months ago, and you guys quickly broke up. And so you think it's cool if your ex sees you guys maybe at the beach or something the next 2 months?
It wouldn't be cool, but it's also hard to just break up to him. or
You don't
her.
want
That's-
to. You don't want to tell them. Why?
Maybe if they finds out and then know what is going on, fine. But you going the extra mile to tell him or her.
Doesn't that
this is
show
going on.
maturity? Doesn't that
The
show that
pain
you
is
are
going to be
thinking
more.
of them? No, but for me, if you tell me, me for sure.
Good.
But at the same time, if I'm
Yeah.
caught off guard,
Yes.
I think that will do bigger damage if I catch it off guard. So, when everybody knows a secret that you don't know. So maybe, hey, people have heard, hey, Charlie, have you heard that Miss Judy and Jacob, they are going out? Oh, Helen doesn't even know. And I'm, you are my ex and you're a friend of mine, and
So
I
will,
don't
will
know.
you take it cool if you are informed that
I won't take it cool, but I'll take it worse. I'll take it hot if I
see it
see it for
outside,
myself, or everybody is telling me, and then I have to come to it and I'm like, hey, Charlie, I've heard that you're dating Miss Judy. Is it true? They're like, well, and the pain of that will be worse than if you come to me and tell me, Charlie, Ebeshimio, yes, but at least I heard it from you. There's nothing I can do. If I see it, I've already been forewarned. Nobody can come to me with concern because me who mate. So I'm not shocked. I'll be upset, but I will not be shocked. As opposed to, maybe we're exes, but at least I'm checking in on you here and there. I'm friends with Miss Judy, and I don't know anything is going on. And one day I stumble on it. You don't think the pain would be more?
more, but you just have to take it like I told you my story.
You have not
It
told
was
me your
same thing.
story.
Tell us.
That was the secondary school story I told you
Oh,
about.
okay.
That my friend snatched this girl from me.
Oh, I thought you had another story. You
that
said
one's different. That one is backstage.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that one is
Front
backstage.
stage.
No,
We
no,
want
no,
a front
no, no, no,
stage.
That one is backstage.
Because you are
Let's
the
discuss.
snatcher. So how did it feel? Did you feel a bit bad that
Very, very bad. This friend happens to be someone I go with to eat in the same house.
hey?
When we go on
Everybody's
weekends,
wicked.
you get a point here.
So what is it? Is it the attraction or the pull you feel
I just-
towards that girl that has made you decide that this is your patio? When you need something, you go to him. But you've seen a flower in his garden. You can't help yourself. You want to pick the flower.
And this girl happens to be someone who was helping me a lot.
The girl too?
Secondary school life. Yeah, she was a day student. So when you need the stuffs, the sugar,
So both
the guy
both
and I
things-
were in the same
So both
dormitory.
things happened. This is a case where you were the snatcher.
No,
No.
the guy
Oh,
was
the guy.
snatcher.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
But
yeah, the guy
you've
was
been a
snatcher.
snatcher before.
No, I've not.
Jacob, so you confess. Okay, so I beg your pardon. Jacob is still telling us about when he had his girl snatched from a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we happen to be in the same dormitory, in the boarding house, and the girl happens to be a day student.
Sure.
Yeah. So this phone calls and stuff. So I was using the guy's phone to call her anytime I need something from her or want to meet.
Sure.
I just don't know what happened. And then before I realized, these two parties were in a relationship.
How did you first find out?
Yeah, she wasn't giving me the attention. And I saw them, you see, on campus, maybe on break time like this, call this girl for me and those things. And you'll be seeing them meeting somewhere else. Before I realized it was a very serious relationship that the whole campus were even aware.
So everybody knew but you.
I kept it in me because what do you have to do?
Oh, baby.
So you see what I'm talking about.
So
you can't do anything.
So
in this
at that
situation.
point, had they come to you and said, "Charlie, this is how we feel," but at least would it have been better than now? Everybody knows, and maybe at the time you found out, everybody knew before you, and you were walking around. Everybody knows. Oh yes, sure, but you don't know. Would you have rather they came to you and said, "Listen, Charlie, where it has reached, I have feelings for your girl, so here we are." Would you have rather heard it that way, or whatever the circumstances, they've moved on? What can you do but to move on?
That is it. So that's why I'm explaining to you here.
Don't explain Taya. Don't explain Taya. There's nothing you can do about it.
There is nothing you can do about it.
But there's some
because
protocol.
I was in the same situation. So I'm a typical example. There is nothing you can do about this. You shouldn't even be informed about this.
You should just move on.
When you get to know it, and once you're bedding, you just keep quiet.
Jacob, Bemensu, Kafra. We'll go on another quick break. When we come back, we'll activate the phone lines. A number of you already weighing in on this topic on the socials. Follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. It's getting juicy. This is Keeping It Real. I'm coming to you after this break. I want your thoughts on this. A number of you reacting on social media. No, Jacob is not the snatcher. He was snatched from. Somebody wanted clarification. No, he says he's not the snatcher. Maybe he's not confessing, but when we come back, we'll get more from Jacob, Miss Judy, and myself. This is Keeping It Real.
That is fucking my new.
Guys are certainly dangerous. Some women even more so. Some of your comments coming through. Yes. Coming through on our X page again. Don't forget to give us a follow at 3FM927. We're asking if you are attracted to any of your partner's friends. The numbers are changing, chopping and changing. Almost 100 votes. So you guys are voting. Thank you for that. 68% of you already saying no, that you're not attracted to any of your partner's friends. 24% of you, stubborn boys and girls, you say yes, you are attracted to some of your partner's friends, maybe a friend, more than a friend. And some of you said maybe, you're on the fence, you're not too sure. Kwesi Cobra, at Nana Kwesi says, I'm with Miss Judy. Forget my man in the studio and go on a date with me, la. Miss Judy is not available. Oh. She's all of this. She's saying it's in jest. Okay, she's not available. You guys missed the opportunity to snatch her. Are you late? Sorry. Abdul Basit says yes. Abdul, you are attracted to some of your girlfriend's friend. Does she follow you? She'll see this post. Oh. So be very careful. Those of you saying yes, slaying your other halves, if they don't follow you, their friends will screenshot and send it to them. Why? So please be measured. Use your banner account to vote on this one. It's a very dicey and tricky topic. But this evening on Keeping It Real, we're discussing whether or not it's appropriate to move on with your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend's friend, especially in a situation where you met them through said ex. That's why we're asking if presently you're attracted to any of your partner's friends, and in the event that your relationship ends, would you be interested in moving on with one of these friends? Have you already started flirting? You heard from Miss Judy at the start of the show. She's been in a situation where she thought, her partner's friend, her ex-boyfriend's friend was quite good looking. They were flirting at a party. It didn't go much further than that, but it does happen. I'll plug our telephone lines and you two can enter the chat, if you will. Share your thoughts with us. 055 924 2717. It's 055 924 2717. Phone lines already blinking. Second number is 055 6910 Hello, good evening. Are you team Snatcher or Snatchy? Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, Sister Helen.
Hi, Clifford.
Yeah.
Talk to us. What do you think?
Yeah, good evening to your guest in the studio. Helen, to me, I wouldn't advise anybody to go in for this kind of relationship because I've ever experienced it before. Because I have a good close friend that I was with, and then we were staying in the same house, doing the same work, and there was a certain lady coming in all time. So I wasn't having time that maybe it is coming to my friend. So later on, this lady spotted me. Go and tell a friend that the friend should tell me that they want to meet with me. So I went to her place. She too is having a drinking spot. So I went to her place. The only thing she asked me was that I want us to be friends. But me, I was not interested with her because I was already having a date.
Okay.
So yeah. So how it happened is that when she said that, I considered her by saying that okay, yes, we can go on. So later on, not knowing that this lady didn't leave her ex, they turned back after now, her and the ex is now moving on, and I am now in the middle. So whenever I see my friend, I don't even know what to say. And my friend gets to know that I was doing something like that. So it will look like you are cheating or you don't trust your friend or you're doing something at the back of your friend. So it is very risky. So for me, I don't think I would advise anybody to go in for this kind of relationship. You should go and find somewhere, a friend somewhere.
Go and find your own friend. It gets so tricky. Cliff, thank you so much for your call this evening. Let's take our next caller. Hello, good evening. Who's speaking, please?
Hello, good evening.
Who am I speaking with, please?
Kinsley.
Kinsley, where are you calling us from?
Kaswa.
Kingsley from Kaswa. Are you a snatcher or a snatchy? Do you believe or go with what Miss Judy and Jacob they're saying that if you find your soulmate in your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend's friend, you should go for it? Do you agree with them?
Well, I agree with Miss Judy.
You agree with Miss Judy? Okay, tell us why, please.
Because see, if two people fall in love, one have got to get hurt. No matter what.
No matter what.
Somebody is gonna get hurt.
Okay.
But then later on, if you sit down and you really think about it, maybe you know the girl, she's a good girl, she's all of that. The best thing you can think of is if it should be anyone, it should be your friend, just your own backyard. In the beginning, it's gonna hurt. But later on, you are going to laugh about it.
Hey, Kingsley, are you sure?
Yes.
Nipa ye cool, bro. Wow.
It's true, because maybe that you and that person were never meant to be. You just happened.
Okay, I don't dispute that, Kingsley. I think that's a fair point. But even in that instance, don't you think the broken heart would be too deep, too much? Charlie, they have to see you guys on social media, maybe enjoying yourselves. Maybe, you have some mutual friends, so they'll be talking, hey, have you seen so and so and so? They are really getting on. It's campaign. Oh.
Yeah, it's campaign. But see, no matter what, even if you had found out later, still
it's open. All right, Kingsley. I agree with that sentiment. We'll get some more callers on the line. Thank you, and I hope things are cool in Kaswa. I'll take my next caller. Hello, good evening. Who's speaking?
Nana Kwesi.
Nana Kwesi, where are you calling us from?
Currently, I'm at Hacho.
You're at Hacho. Oh, you're in my neck of the woods. Hope everything is all right there. What's the traffic looking like?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
For now.
For now. All right. Are you also a Cobra or you're not a Cobra? Talk to us. What are your thoughts on this evening's topic?
So, I'm Miss Judy for a reason. No, see.
Thank you, darling.
You don't choose people you want to be with and the relationship just happens. They have to choose you back. You understand? For the relationship to happen. So, if you choose this girl and this girl is choosing your friend, what would you do? See, this thing is happening to me before.
Oh, Kafra.
Oh, me, no, actually, because I understand what I'm saying right now. I understood it same. The girl was rather hating on my friend.
Got
my
it.
Best friend. And he told me about this, about what has been going on with the girl, about what she's been doing. And I gave him the go-ahead.
You gave him the go-ahead?
Yeah, I told him that if he likes her, then he should give it a try. And honestly, he thought I was crazy. And I told him, look, maybe, I don't know, I'm with this girl and it looks like she doesn't really feel me like that. And she's moving to you. Why not give it a try? If it works out, that's fine. If it doesn't work out, that's fine.
So that you can go and find somebody who feels the same way about you.
Oh, yeah. You see, it's better your heart is broken now rather than live in a delusion that you are with somebody who is not there with you.
Very valid point.
Years, you understand? So, some of this, I know some people will say broco,
Brocodo.
Me, I'm a man too, and I don't subscribe to that because I see things differently.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
I see things differently. So I don't hold grudges when it happens, But you see, we are all different people, and some people won't take it lightly. Some to like me, we will move on. So Charlie, that's just it. At the end of the day, if you only have one life to live, so don't waste your time worrying about a girl you like and didn't like you back and is trying to move with your friend. Charlie, if you have to cry and mend your broken heart, do that and move on. Do that.
Life goes on.
Exactly. But if you are crying, it's not as if you cry, you say you won't talk to them, you wouldn't make them stop. They also move on and you enjoy the relationship. And you are there crying for who?
Oh.
Don't tell me there. I mean, that's how I
feel you.
So that's how come I don't really hold grudges when it happens to me.
Sure.
At the end of the day, we have one life to live this.
Absolutely. Thank you for keeping it real with us. This evening, only baby a Cobra. But I think I can say on good authority that Miss Judy is in the majority this evening. And I think, Jacob, you also agreed with her.
Yes.
A number of callers. And thank you to everybody who called us this evening. Also agree with Miss Judy. And Issy, well, I guess today I have to concede that the jury has their verdict out. I'm in the minority. And so in the court of keeping it real, the verdict is Issy. They said 4 more to do more. In fact, the panelists, the callers, they say if that's where your heart is, feel free and be a Cobra. If that's where your heart is, that is where your heart belongs. It doesn't matter that Edem is a friend or a good friend to your now ex Albert. Yeah. If that's where your feelings are, go for it. Apparently, Albert obesu kakra, obe fortify no kakra, obe no mensa kakra, obe for boys kakra, obe chinga kakra, obe friend the ex line mo kakra. And last obe
cobra
kakra.
Later on, Grobe can say,
obe keso kakra. Or back on the hometown kakra. But after all, life goes on, and AC, the consensus is that Albert too will not have a chance to meet the love of his life because you guys are no longer together. It's not working. For me, I still think that yes, it's possible. It's not, it's not in the wrong direction. To want to be with whoever you want to be with, but I would say, AC, please, if you are listening and you haven't cut the radio stream to go and run into Edem's arms already, and you're still listening, I would say that Albert deserves a little bit of a heads up. I still think that you should speak to Albert, especially it sounds as though it's not the worst relationship. It sounds as though you guys are parting on decent terms. Maybe pull him to the side and say, listen, in a couple of months or few weeks, if you hear that myself and Edem maybe just know that many Edem cobras and TDAC, so just take it cool. Although the verdict is AC, you can go ahead. There's no problem here. Guys, final words and then we'll say goodbye. Miss Judy, you've been vindicated today.
Yeah. You see, all of us are cobras, so we're good.
We move.
The only problem is there are certain friendships that you shouldn't turn into relationships.
Sure.
So I think even though she knows that they click and all that, she should do her checks well before making that full move into Edem. So
Okay, that's fair. Jacob, final words before we go.
Yeah, so in all, what I would say is where your heart pushes you to be in a relationship with is where you have to end it up. That's the end of the day.
That's it.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
Well, this is how we park it for Keeping It Real. We'll return again next Tuesday, same time, same place. There's a news update coming your way. Good night. Stay safe. God might not be done with you, but we are.